Good morning. I hope you're doing really well today. And in this video, I want to hear from you. What are you going to be contending with this day or this week in terms of food when you are around your own inner and outer critics? And how often do you have to contend with those voices yourself? All right, so in this video, we're going to dive in and talk more about that. My name is Tracy Brown. I'm your somatic nutrition I guess I'm a somatic dietitian and your attuned eating specialist, and we are going to talk about those topics today. And if you hear any background noise, that's my dog. He's coughing, but he's all right. So, because I think this video it's going to be a timeless video, even though I'm specifically making it for this week of Thanksgiving. And I think because there's just a transition week. I think because sometimes we're around other people. And we're around more food. People's stuff tends to hang out a little bit more in terms of their own food and body worries or fears. People just tend to say things more out loud, and I don't think the majority of people you're going to be around this week are purposely trying to trigger you or hurt you or whatever, but people say stuff, and we just kind of need to be prepared. And I think the preparation is more for your own inner critic, not to be like, yeah, you're right, I did eat too much, or yeah, I should get moving, or maybe I'm missing out. And so let's talk about the inner critic real quick. You know, that's the voice that you might have, or I might have, or we might have inside of us that doesn't look at the big picture of things. It tends to want to be very harsh and change something, hurry up really fast, and you did something wrong. And so it's not really fond, that voice of looking at context, big picture, what the history of something is. It's just like right now, ooh, that was wrong based on either some thought or experience we're in right this second. And so my encouragement to you is, if your inner critic gets riled up this week, in protection mode, and I believe that the inner critic voice is just a way to try to help us feel more safe, try to keep us out of trouble, try to keep us away from criticism. So if your inner critic is loud this week about you wanting to eat a bigger variety of foods or just eat more food because it's more available, and you might hear, oh, I don't know, if you eat more food and you're less busy, or you eat more carbs and you typically don't do that, you're doing something wrong. And in whatever way it shows up for you, just be really curious, like, oh, I know you're here to kind of help me, try to protect me from weight gain or perceived weight gain, or just a change in routine because that's scary, huh? Whatever it is. So use that, because if you can do that with your own inner critic, you're going to find that other people's outer critics, that they're basically their own inner critics projected, the hope is they're not as impactful to you. Meaning, if you go to Thanksgiving and Aunt Susie's talking about this is her one day not on keto, or somebody makes a comment about a celebrity who's gained weight, and you're like, what? Like, who cares? Of course they bodies change, and of course they've aged or whatever. If you hear those things, you want to be like, that's really curious that, like, there are a million things to talk about right now, and what somebody looks like or how they've aged is the thing that they're mentioning. I wonder what that's about for them. Your job is to catch those kind of comments and not internalize that. That's going to help you feel like this week is more manageable and safer, I'll dare say. So just remember, the inner critics, they think that they're being helpful. They think that they're keeping you in line, keeping you safe, keeping you from being criticized. But really it's just about protection. But there's no nuance, there's no big picture. Sometimes it's not even true, the things that we hear in our head about food and weight. You might hear yourself like, oh, I already ate too much food. But if I were to look at your food, I would probably say, like, what's feeling like so much? Because I don't think it's the food, or I don't think it's the weight. But it might feel like a lot because it's different. Or it might feel like a lot because the schedule's changed. Or, there's something different. And sometimes we perceive different as a threat, or we're going to be out of control, or it's only okay for one day, but many days something's going to fall apart. And just, be able to see like that sounds catastrophic, and I don't really have any evidence that something catastrophic would happen ever with my food or my weight. I think that's the way diet culture sees things, but reality is like the worst thing that will happen isn't that we eat more food or eat different food or that we gain weight. It can feel like that either from the outside or from the inside. But if we look at our big picture of our lives, there's usually always something good that we can find or to be happy or grateful for. And so it actually isn't the worst thing. It just breaks those rules that we needed to keep in place to feel some kind of containment. So I hope this video was helpful. I tried to cover a lot actually and condense it, because I know this video could be made honestly into probably a 6-part series, to be honest. And that's something I might do coming up this coming year. But I want to ask you, what do you perceive? Even I'm kind of like trying to get you all thinking future a little bit in terms of what do you perceive yourself needing this week to fend off your own inner critic and be present in the moment of what your body needs, what your preferences are. I'm going to be posting some Thanksgiving videos, especially when I have Thursday planned. It's just talking about being really clear about what you really want to eat and leave the rest, and not feel like you have to eat everything out of pressure or of pleasing people, because what happens there, right? What's going to happen? We tend to either just shut down and eat nothing and do diety stuff, or we feel kind of out of control, and I don't want either of those things for you. It's really important to be kind of already in your mind thinking about like how you want your day to go, and it's not planning in a disordered kind of way. It's planning to be successful and to feel good about what's going to happen, and it to be a better Thanksgiving or holiday season than you've had in the past. And so if you don't have those guys to do that kind of work, I'm going to post it below. Make sure you get it. And also make sure that if you're not on my email list already, I highly encourage you to do that, because I'm going to be, over this week through the end of the year, kind of putting out some other free little gifties that I haven't offered before, and I'd like you to be able to take advantage of those if you want to. So a lot of people, I don't post everything on Facebook or YouTube. A couple things here or there are just for people that kind of share their inboxes with me as well. It's a little bit more intimate and private, and people get a chance to maybe hear from me in different ways than just video. So I do more writing there. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Please pass along this video to those that need to hear about how to catch and do something different with the inner and outer critics, and how to even see them. Because a lot of times we get mad at things, at those voices, but it's like, well, what if I could just see what's your point here? What's your function? And to, I think it brings more compassion more quickly to see I'm counting and I'm avoiding or whatever I'm doing with my food, so I can like make things feel smaller and more safe and contained and shut things down. And that's one option, but it's not the only option. And I know the other one just takes some willingness to dip your toe in to try something new. So thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all through this week. I will be around. I'll be present. Maybe not as many lives this week, just because, let us all have a little, I'll still be doing, offering some guidance along the way here this week, but I want to really make sure that we all have a chance to just be more reflective. So I will see you all next time, and take care till then. Bye for now.